Well, here we are. Welcome. Good morning. Good day. Good afternoon. I'm so glad you're here with me today listening. I have something very, very special. It's what I call five questions to transform your business in 2024, and how these questions can really jump you 10,000, 20,000, 100,000. Really, it's up to you. But I called it my $10,000 call with my friends and clients, and I'm going to be sharing it with you. It's important to take time every week, every weekend, every once a month to really see where you're at with your business and what's it going to take. It's not about working hard, it's about how your perspective is all about it and who's there along the way to help you. So, uh, instead of the regular Think and Grow Rich study that we're doing this morning, that's what we're going to do. And that's what I'm going to share with you. We've got a few people traveling. So instead of going digging through the book as a business mastermind, I'm going to share with you a call that I did with the clients on this. And it's going to really help you. These are 4 or 5 questions that every business must ask. And when you ask them and you answer them properly, guess what? Your life's going to change. The business is going to change. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to get these things to play for you and really see how clients like yourself are benefiting on a daily basis. I mean, the accountant that we have, he's gone to 4 times his income. The lady from Mary Kay became the number one in queen of sales. The lady in real estate became 10 times her investment. And yeah, they do have names, but sometimes I'm mixing in terms of private or non-private. But Lori did really well, Trudy did really well, so did Richie, and it's all on my site, so you can go and see. This is not to impress you; it's to impress upon you. And this is the same material that you're gonna get to hear, you're gonna get to see. But the sad thing about it, nothing will happen if you do nothing. So the failure in life is the failure to participate. So I want you to start participating to the max. I want you to start getting engaged. I want you to get a little notebook like that of some sort, and get one of your favorite pens, whatever color it is. Get a pen, a highlighter, and you're going to be making some notes as to what these questions are and what you can do to start moving your business, your life, whatever it is that you're going through. I totally get it. Sometimes we make it seem so easy as executive coaches, and I totally understand. Everybody's somewhere, starting something, in the middle of something, getting out of something. And these are different phases, but it's all about how you see it. It's all about what's happening in here. So it's focused on mindset, but really it's focused on business mindset. And what are these things that you got to do starting today to help you clear your business? So I'm going to share the screen. Let's see how this
Here we go.
lets me do that. So here we go.
Again, welcome Cecilia, welcome Lane, welcome Larissa and Kevin and Shaf. I love that name, Shaf Kareem. I have a very good friend named Kareem in Pittsburgh. So, like I said, it's going to be 1 hour. It's going to be tight. So, get a piece of paper and a pen. I don't have a lot of slides. I have a couple of videos, scattered in between the presentation. But I'm going to be talking to you about what we need to do, what kind of questions we need to ask so that we can advance, so that it gets you intrigued, so it can get you to really move your results the way you want. Finish the year strong and start the new year on the right track. Okay, that's what I want to do. So we're going to talk goals, we're going to talk self-image, we're going to talk decision, and we're going to talk about self-image is big, right? And I have 4 questions. Doesn't matter what the size of your business. I ran a $2 million company, a $30 million company, and a 300. And these questions are the same. So take them seriously as we share these questions, as I share these questions with you. But as we get going, I want you to start thinking about your goal, right? Like we all know we need to have big goals. We gotta have big goals. If you're here just to kind of make another 1% or 2% increase, this is not the space. You could do that by working an extra hour or an extra shift. This space is so that you can multiply your income. How much? I say 2 to 10 times easy. It could be 20, it could be 100. I've had clients do a lot more. We've had a client just got a $13 million contract with the United States government. So it can go as far as you can think. The key is what far are you willing to go? I'm going to share with you some questions about your beliefs on your goal. And some of you have seen lesson 1 for your clients. But really think, what beliefs are standing in your way for that goal? You've all heard the famous formula from Bob Proctor, right? I'm so happy and grateful now that. I have a goal card in my pocket and it says, I'm so happy and grateful now that. And it says what I want. But what beliefs are in my way that I need to get rid of? Really get rid of. I'm Christian. I was raised in a poverty kind of place. And there are some beliefs that I've inherited, unfortunately, or fortunately, who knows, that are in my way that I have to get rid of them and build a new belief so I can achieve the goal that I want. That's my game. Beliefs is like a jacket. What belief do I need to put on now so I can get the next investment? What belief do I need to put on now? So I'm going to share with you a couple of questions on beliefs, but really think of the goal and start thinking with that one goal, right? That you are working on. And I hope you are working on a goal. So we're going to read a paragraph as to how significant this is. Now, I've been reading this for a while, and I think it took me 6 or 7 times. Let me get this page right. So I have 2 screens running. So can you all see my page?
Yep.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so I need to move this guy up so you see the bottom. This is the first page in Thinking into Results, the material that the legend, the one and only Bob Proctor left for us, right? So I'm not going to go into the spiel and get you all emotionally kind of thing. You know, I'm just going to get into the material, right? I'm not going to tell you much about me. We're just going right in, even though some of you don't even know me, and some of you do. Look at the bottom paragraph here, right? Look at this bottom. I'm going to make it even bigger. Let's see if I can make it bigger so you can easily see it. So luckily with this Mac, I can do that. Before you begin looking at these ABCs, take a close look at your belief system or the beliefs of your group, because this could work for you or for your company. It appears that there are guards that have been commissioned by a higher authority. The hell is he talking about? What guards? What are we talking about? Like, who's there? Who's in my way? To arrest any forward progress in a person's life beyond your level of belief. Like, just this paragraph takes the gasket off. Now, these guards take their marching orders from the belief system itself, which is governed by the natural laws. There is a belief system that's governing us, how far we're going. If we abide the laws, we're going to get where we need to get. If we don't govern the laws, we're not getting where we're going to get. Look at this. Look at the last 2 lines. Like, this puts, I start feeling things on my skin. And I don't know, I didn't used to do that before. But now, if I think about the sentence, there is no growth beyond the beliefs that are held. The heck is he talking about? So Bob Proctor and Sandy didn't just write this for no reason. He wants us to think. I want you to think, what beliefs are in your way? What beliefs are in my way? Because whatever I'm telling you also applies to me. If a person attempts to accomplish something beyond their level of belief, the mind will what? Will quickly and automatically create ideas or reasons justifying why it can be done. So let me ask you a question. Can you make 10 times your income next year? Do you believe you can do it? As soon as you tell yourself, am I doing this? Stuff starts coming up like flares, right? Oh my God. Do I need marketing? Do I need sales? Do I need banking? Do I need a lawyer? Who do I need? These things are coming up. And those ideas will continue until the project is abandoned. And that's why Earl Nightingale said 55% of retirees are broke. 95% of the population is stuck in a $70, $80, $90, $100,000 income, household income. I'm talking US and Canada. I'm not talking overseas. Overseas is even a whole lot worse.
Come to Africa. It's 1,000 times worse.
Yeah, I mean, we have Elaine, amazing, brand new client, just signed up last week, Friday. And he is here. It's midnight for him. Like, we are living in the best time ever, but yet we don't even understand material that's been around for several hundred of years. This used to be just with the sages before. See, on the other hand, when a person or a group believes something can be done, the mind will automatically begin creating ideas. And that's what I want to engage with you today. I want to get you that you can use your mind to a whole other level. That's how you're going to get 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times where you are a year from now, 6 months from now. I don't know how long it takes you. It doesn't matter how long, as long as you're willing to go the extra mile. I had somebody in 1 week, I had somebody in 10 days, I had somebody in 3 weeks. So it doesn't matter. We had somebody in 4 months and a half, he got the $13 million order. It's incredible. The great secret, look at this, the great secret of progress then lies in belief. So what is your belief? What is your belief on your goal? What the great secret of progress then lies in belief. Therefore, we must ask and demand answers to these questions. And now it took me 6 times to really take my freaking time and take time with this page. And some of you are clients. How many times have you done these questions? I don't know. But I bet you I want you to revisit them again between now and the end of the year as you sit down and sip some wine and enjoy some time with family, because you deserve that. You worked hard. Some of you have been in my classes every day, every 6 a.m., every week. We obviously cannot spend 20, 30 minutes per question, but look at these questions. These are the ones that you need to conquer and build new beliefs to get the new goal. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm giving so much, I'm earning so much, I'm building, I'm investing, whatever is the I am that you're going to attach to it, right? But this is only going to happen if you take this seriously. If you think this is just another course, if you think it's just another page, and right away you let the ego take over, you're not going to get anywhere. And some of you are amazing. I'm very impressed with, and you know who I'm talking to, because you're serious about it and you're seeing your self-image, you're seeing your results changing, how you're showing up, because you're changing the beliefs that you have on what you've done before. And I want you all to know, I don't know what your religion is. I'm not talking about the God you worship. You worship whoever you want. I'm talking about a whole other spiritual side of you. That's what I'm talking about.
I got a question, Kamal.
Yeah.
So you can't control what you can't qualify, right? You can't control what you can't see. And I think the big problem with beliefs is cataloging your beliefs. You can't question your beliefs if you don't really know what they are. So there's almost like a preparatory step that has to occur before we get to answer these questions. And I think some people might struggle with that. I certainly would. I mean, if you ask me what my beliefs are based on subjects I'm very well versed on, I'll have an answer for you. But in general, there may be many beliefs that I harbor, but I don't know that I do.
Yeah.
And when I look at questions like that, I don't actually know how to answer the question because I don't really know what my beliefs are when it comes to this specific funnel that you're trying to direct my thinking towards, right?
Yeah, but you don't need to know, you just need to ask and it will come to you. And you need to let the surroundings and what has happened before to stop from happening. We have to get away from the current result. I'm going to show you the diagram in a minute here as to how the surrounding and the circumstance stops us from doing this, stop us from even trying to ask ourselves an honest, simple question. They're not meant to be hard questions. They're not meant to be tricky. You just have to go along with it and iterate with it. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. So, did you all get a snapshot of this page, or do I need to go back to it? Let's go back to it. And then I really want you to think of, like, what do you really want? How could a man, that's Bob Proctor, when I first met him, put on his website, and it's still out there right now, it says, tell me what you want and I'll help you get it. And he's famous. This is not a lie. This is real. Tell me what you want and I'll help you get it. How could a man say that? And as soon as you get to a goal that you believe you can get, guess what? Once I multiply my income by 2, I wanted 3. Then I wanted 4. Now I want 10. Now I want my annual in a month. It is, but in the beginning, it was a struggle. It was difficult. Really difficult. I wouldn't even allow myself to think like that. But How could a man say that? Tell me what you want, I'll help you get it. Like, wow. But guess what? Earl did that too. Earl Nightingale. Because we look around and some people in the same offices, some are doing really well and some are doing shitty with the same access, same education, same infrastructure, same schools that they graduated from, even perhaps. Because somebody's using their mind a whole lot more. And that's when I started to be interested in the mind. Okay? Really interested in the mind. It's all in the mind. So I want you to think of what do you want on two levels. I want your personal side. What is it that you really want? And then on the professional side, if you have a job, if you're an entrepreneur, what is it that you want? Do you want to become a speaker? Do you want to build a business? Do you want to start selling real estate? Do you want to become the top sales guy in your company? I had somebody, and I don't know, it's too bad she's not here, Trudy. She was she still is in Mary Kay for 18 years. 18 years. She wanted to be the best in sales for 18 years. And in less than 1 year, working with me, she became the #1 in sales. Mary Kay has million consultant almost. I think 800, 980,000 something. Now I can't take credit for that. I just guided her. She's the hero, but I was the guide. Because for 18 years, she's been trying, and she's a hardworking mom. She tries to get kids, get boys. It's expensive, you know. And in under a year, she became the #1 in sales. Look it up. Trudy Tush, Queen of Mary Kay. You know, the Mary Kay company, makeup stuff. And they used to give them pink cars. So I asked her the other day, I said, are you going to get a pink car, pink Cadillac? So she goes, no, I'm just going to take the money. I said, okay, good for you. Which is pretty cool. Somebody, she's average, just like all of us. We consider ourselves average, but actually we're above average because we're here. We are becoming part of that 1 or 3% in the population that are going to make it happen to ourselves. Now, you might be thinking, I'm going to make it happen for my kids. I'm going to make it happen for my mom. I'm going to make it happen for my dad. You're going to make somebody proud. Good on you. But first and foremost, for you to get this goal that you really want, I want you to become selfish. Yes, I want to give 10% of everything I earn to the charities of my choice. Welcome, Michelle. She's another amazing client, right? But guess what? I'm selfish. I want to earn a whole lot of money because I want to give a whole lot of money. And I'm not doing it just for my kids and my mom and my brothers and my aunts and the people back home in Lebanon that I left when I left with just a backpack on a boat was $300. So that's not my drive. It is partly, but I'm doing it for me. And now that I've achieved all these things in a short amount of time, I'm more determined that this is the way, understanding the mind and going for it and being in a group just like this that wants to grow. Because we're going to talk about persistence. A lot of you have seen goal setting and achieving. A lot of you have been to seminars, but very few of you are digging really in and studying this material. This is the summary of thousands of years of wisdom. Today, it's interesting. Andrew Carnegie, what I'm going to teach you for those who are my clients, Andrew Carnegie started US Steel back in 1900. That company was worth 680 million back then. Today, it was sold for $14.2 billion. It's still running today. He started it with a group just like this, masterminding with the best in the world. Using this material, the laws of success, Andrew Carnegie taught Napoleon Hill, and that's what I teach all my clients. Incredible. This is what you get. The best, that's what you want. When you want to get mentored, you want to go for the best that you can afford without maxing your credit card, like, to the, going in a big ass debt. No, you have to be within reason, but you have to stretch. Because if you don't stretch, you're not going to get it. So what it is that you want? Do you dare to say, I'm going to 10 times my income? How does it feel? We do an exercise with the clients when they come on board to put a number, right? Is it 10,000 a month? 20,000 a month? And I get them to write it. 40,000 a month? And each one of you have to do that, right? And at some point, you won't even be able to write it because you'll start shaking if you really get into it. But you have to allow yourself, you have to change that belief. You're not going to get all of it in 1 hour and 30 minutes. You have to build, you have to kind of ramp up. We are unfortunately systematically inclined to learn in steps. So we do this money test to see what is your number, what is your gauge? Is it 100,000 a month? Where would you start smiling? Where would you start shaking to see where your number is? Bob Proctor is famous for when anybody came to work with him, one of the first few questions that he asked somebody, what's the most you've ever earned? Now, he didn't care about the actual money, but he wanted to know where their paradigm is. Because your paradigm, your self-image, which is the next concept after you write on a piece of paper, what do you really want? I got to help you change your self-image. Now, I'd like to hear from some of you here, if you know what I'm talking about, self-image. Who would like to share in a minute, 30 seconds, what is self-image? What am I talking about?
Self-image is how you see yourself, whereas self-awareness is how you think about yourself.
Okay, I like that.
Hi.
Hi, welcome.
Hi, thank you. Could it be the way you show up every day?
Absolutely, it's the way you show up every day.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. I didn't used to show up like this every day, but I changed my self-image. Now I can't not show up like this, even if there's nobody here.
So you can be Santa in a few days?
Yeah, actually, on my post, I could be. I should have that too. Yeah. Let's take one more, maybe from Shaf Kareem. What do you think self-image is?
I think it's like what you believe about yourself and how you project that into reality. Kind of like identity in a way.
I like that. I like that very much. I do have an image here somewhere on the screen. Just gotta find it. It is your identity. And as I help you change your belief, and as I help you cement the goal that you really want, I gotta help you build the self-image to earn what you want, to become what you want. The outside, the physical world, the coins that we want, the money that we want, the silver that we want, whatever, is not going to show up unless you on the inside change. You have to show up like that. The way you walk, the way you talk, the way you dress, the way you treat everybody. You cannot be on the inside something and on the outside somebody else. And you got to do it when nobody's looking. That's the shitty part. You can't just do it when you're at the office. You can't just do it when you're at church. Oh, I'm only nice when I'm at church. No. You can do it all the time. And here's the cool thing. I learned how to change self-image. And that was the key for me to 3 times my income. I did 2 times my income just by the other stuff. Once I learned self-image, I 3 times my income. And this is not to brag, but I'm just telling you what happened with me. And one of the books that I studied, I think I discussed it with somebody the other day on the radio. It was this book, Psycho-Cybernetics. Once I teach you the higher mental faculties and get you through the terror barrier, lesson 4 and 5, and you learn self-image and you write your script, this is the book by Maxwell Maltz. He was a surgeon back in the 50s and 60s. He was doing surgeries on people. And he realized that after he does a facial thing on their ear, on their face, on their arm, they became more personal. They became more interesting. They became more confident. So he started connecting the inside with the outside. Not all the time it worked, only some of the times. So once I couldn't get my goal, and I talked to Bob, he said, it's self-image, come on, study the book. So we did like a book club on this for almost a year, studying this every night for almost a year. It was on Clubhouse. I think it's still on my calendar. So self-image is how you see yourself on the inside, and it's going to come on the outside as results. I want to give you this now. Your results are only going to change if your self-image changes. And if you've been struggling, and if you've been working hard, and if you've been attending seminars and classes, and things are not changing, it's because your self-image hasn't changed. It's that simple. Now, I'm sure you're going to ask, how do you change the damn thing? I mean, how do you do it? How do you do it? It's not Morse code. It's not a mystery. I'm going to share with you how.
Seems like a mystery, Kamal.
It does seem like a mystery. It's not meant for the average because the school system does not teach us this stuff. The school system does not teach us this. I'm going to find you the self-image definition.
Yeah, I need to
And
go
then
back
I'm
to
going to
school
tell
and
you
ask them.
how to change, because like I'm not going to bullshit around. I'm not going to share with you just a little bit. I'm going to share with you everything that I have. Because I don't want to waste your time. I only want to work with the best and the most committed. And some of you are, because some of you are my clients. So Yourself by Thomas Stewart, your self-image sets the boundary for your performance and your achievement. All right. Let's go at this other diagram here. Let's go at this bad boy. And let me get the pen. Oh, here's the pen. We're going to get the thick line. So think of this. I mean, some of you know this, some of you not. This is your conscious mind. This is your subconscious mind. And if you don't, just take it. All right. This is your conscious. This is your subconscious. Subconscious has 98% control. Everything you're getting right now, everything you're doing is coming because your subconscious has 98% control. Of what? Of your results. This is your body. Your subconscious tells your body what to do, it goes into the vibration. Tells it what to do, you get some kind of results. Good or bad, I don't care, whatever. You're getting some results. Now, if your results are not changing, it's because your self-image, the one that's buried in here, has not changed. It's still the old you. So we got to change it. Most people, back to the question from Elaine earlier, are looking at their results and thinking about their results. They're like, oh shit, I have to work overtime. Oh shit, the economy's bad. They're hearing stuff. They see stuff. They talk to the barber about their stocks. You know, they listen to negative media and they're looking at the environment, and that's affecting their thinking, which is affecting their subconscious, and they keep getting the same result. So what do they keep getting? More of the same goo. It keeps going back and forth. It's like this. It's crazy. Some people have been at this process for the last 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. It's insane. It's time to change all that. Because I'm going to teach you how to do that right today. It's not like I'm going to teach you after you sign up. Some of our clients, but those who are not, I'm going to teach you today. And I want you to do it. You have to do it by yourself, but you can't do it alone. That's the magic. Finally figure that out. So how do we get it? Well, this is the subconscious. Your self-image is here. Whatever it is, negative or positive, doesn't matter. We need to be positive, right? We want to be in this side of the fence, knowledge. We want to be positive. We're going to take your self-image, and if your results are small, and if you want bigger results, guess what? We have to change this self-image. We're going to change it. That's how you feel about yourself, how you think about yourself, how you show up. You have to disregard what everybody told you when you were a kid, because up to the age of 7 or 8, we were influenced by everybody around us. When we were 7 or 8, you did not use your top mind, your conscious mind. Everything went into yourself. That's why we speak the same language as our mom and dad. That's why we talk the same as mom and dad. That's why we eat their food. We have their habits. We have their everything. Everything goes into your mind when you're a baby. So you have that programming. As badly as you don't want it, you've got it. It's there. And your results are because of that. Now, you might have gotten some school, and maybe you're making a little bit more than your parents. I know I am. But guess what? I want much bigger results. So I stay on this side of the fence. I study every day, and I work on my goals. And I want to change my self-image to where I want to be. Now, how do you change it? I'm going to tell you now. I learned a lot from Bob. I was grateful that I spent almost 80,000, 85,000 with him when he was around. And if I'm to summarize with 1 or 2 words what I learned from him, other than believing in myself, that I could do much bigger things, the one word is repetition. Repetition. Now, he has told that story so many times. You have heard that story many, many times. We have to repeat what we want again and again and again and again. Welcome, Julie. She's another one of my amazing clients all the way in Canada. Until the cows come home, until your results start changing, until you see that whatever it is that you're repeating is affecting your results, and then your belief is going to start to change. It's going to take a month. It's going to take 2 months. It's going to take 3 months. I don't know how long it's going to take. It's going to take whatever it takes. But if that's what you want, if that's the goal, and if that's your desire, then you'll do it forever. If you're doing what you love, you're not going to stop doing it. You'll do it for free. So repetition was the magic word. And if you look at this book, and I told you I'm going to give you everything. I don't need you to kind of think. Auto-suggestion chapter in here. Auto-suggestion chapter is magic. I studied it so many times for 1 month at a time. A month ago in the 6 a.m. club, we studied this book twice, by the way. The auto-suggestion. Auto-suggestion is the medium for influencing the subconscious mind. Now, some people will just read this and just keep going. What the hell? Auto-suggestion is a suggestion from self to self. It's the most powerful. Like I can tell Elaine, you're amazing. You're going to present so good. Okay. He likes that. It makes him feel good. But if he tells it to himself, it's more important. It's way more powerful. If you record it on a device and you tell yourself, and you hear it again and again and again, guess what? You're making it sink. You're making it go into the subconscious mind. Okay, I just forgot that I have it here. The more we repeat it, the more you think of the idea, and the more you sink it in, the more you say it, you say, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. You keep telling yourself, we're going to take this idea and we're going to sink it in here. And it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And guess what? You're going to get into the feeling of what you want. You're going to get into the vibration. What is feeling? Can anybody, welcome, who just came in? Feline. Can anybody explain what is the definition of feeling? What is feeling?
Isn't it the emotional side, so the emotional kind of attachment you have to something?
I like it. Emotional attachment. That's very good. The definition that I'm still trying to understand from Bob and from Earl Nightingale, because the feeling of the subconscious mind is what's going to get your body to do some things that you've never done before. You got to get into the feeling, and the feeling gives the body, this is the body, gives the body the vibration to get into the action to get the results. So what is feeling? Well, he said, feeling is the conscious awareness of vibration. Feeling is the conscious awareness of vibration. What the hell is that? So when I'm feeling, I'm consciously becoming aware of my vibration, because the subconscious mind is telling me what to vibrate at. It's telling me what to do. It's telling me which seminar to attend. It's telling me which post to put. It's telling me who I need, because the more action I take, the more I attract what I want. I got to attract what I want. Feeling is the conscious awareness of vibration. You might want to write that down. Repetition is everything. And if you're struggling with something that you don't want to do, that you have to do, read chapter, the auto-suggestion chapter every day. I did it for several months. It's a really good chapter. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time to go through a lot of it, but it's the key. It's the key. Now, goal and self-image. Okay. I think of a goal. I write it down. Now I got to become it. Because we become what we think about. Who here have seen the movie, The Secret? A lot of people, right?
I read the book.
You read the book, right? Law of attraction, right?
Mm.
How come not so many get it? How come not so many are attracting money and abundance, and if money's already here? I mean, he talks in this book, you were born rich, you're just short a bit of money. The heck? We're all born rich, but we're short a bit of money. Well, then money is what I need. If I'm to go out to buy a coffee, I need money, but we're all born rich. So I'm testing the material. I'm testing the material that Bob and Earl and Andrew Carnegie and Napoleon has put together. We become what we think about. So, okay, we become what I think. I got to change my self-image. I just told you how to change the self-image. Now, there's a little bit more to it. There's some exercises that I got to take you through, especially those who are my clients. We will. Bob did both. That's pretty cool. Yeah. We get a goal. We fall in love with it. When you fall in love with something, you'll never work another day in your life. When you fall in love with something, you never work another day in your life. Now, what the heck does that mean? Well, let's look at this diagram again. So you see there's power that's coming to you, right? Yeah. Go blue. So there's power that's coming to you. Power is spirit, is energy. You wake up and you have it or you don't. We need to talk, but everything is just is. And there's this power that's coming to you. You decide what to do with this power. And when you fall in love with what you want to do, you will always have this power. You'll always have a lot of power. You will not wake up tired. You will not wake up procrastinated. You will not wake up and think, I don't want to do it. You'll just do it because this power is coming to you and is being expressed through you, through your feeling, through your body to get the results that you want. That's why successful people work hard and they don't get tired. There's power coming all the time. It's expressed through you. All right, we got a goal, we got self-image, but there is still something missing. What do we have to do after we pick a goal, working on my self-image? What's one of the things that we got to do to really keep moving?
Take action.
Take action, absolutely. We are living in a cause and effect universe. We're not living in space. We're not living in the basement. We take action. The world gives us reaction. We gotta take action. All right. Before we take the action, what did we do though? We have the goal. We have the working on the self-image. What do we have to really do? Action is basically, you know, the vibration of the command. But there's one little thing right before that. What did we do?
Change our belief.
We changed our belief. That's good.
Consistently tell ourselves what we aim to be like this identity that is our future self, and continuously kind of repeat it, like maybe affirmations and this and that.
Yeah, affirmation is going to help. That's going to help your self-image. That's going to help your changing to what you want to be. It's going to grow the new paradigm. I'm going to give it to you. You have to make a decision. How many decisions are you waiting on making? Think of decisions. I think the easiest example, you know, I get shivers. The easiest example I find is like decisions are like you're driving on the highway and there are these bulldozers in front of you. Like, I don't know, when I was in Lebanon, maybe that's why. On these highways, there was all kind of blocks and you got to go around these different cement barriers. So decisions are like this. I haven't decided here. I haven't decided here. And you have to keep going around them. But when you make the decisions, everything goes on. You make a decision on your goal. That's it. It's final. We in July, right? July 4th in the US and July 1st in Canada, right? In July 4th in the US, we celebrate the Independence Day. Those guys made a decision that could took their life away. They got in a room in a mastermind, they locked the door, and they made a decision that could end their life. Are you willing to die on your decision? How far would you go until you get your goal done? Now, I don't want anybody to die. I don't want anybody to get hurt. That doesn't mean jump off a building, because if you do, you're going to die. The gravity law would hurt you. You have to work with the laws, but we got to make a decision. There's a decision chapter in here. Have you studied the decision chapter? Do you really understand it? And when you make a decision, can you change your mind again? Do you change your goal or do you change the plan, right? So we got to make a definite decision. It's like you're going from one place to another, and I'm going to whatever it is that I'm going. I might change the plan, I might go to another city, but that's where I'm going. I'm doing it.
Isn't the plan to make the
Sorry?
isn't the plan to make the decision and then change slowly? Isn't that what wealthy people do? They make decisions fast, but they change them slowly.
That's right. That's right. Bob gives that example all the time. When von Braun was asked by President Kennedy, what does it take to take a man to the moon and bring him back down safely? Von Braun was head of the space, right? He said the will to do it, but he did it quick. Yeah. He answered like that, the will to do it. When Napoleon Hill was asked by Andrew Carnegie, would you spend the rest of your life interviewing the richest men to find the laws of success? This way they don't die away. He was timing him under the table. He had a timer. And Napoleon didn't know. He answered, I think, in 30 seconds. So you got to make a decision quick. Why is it quick? Why can't I take overnight? Why I can't stay the weekend? Anybody knows why? Well, why do we have to make decisions quick? Come on, think. What happens when you wait?
I have an example, because they say you find a man or a partner in life, and then you work out the little, so you make a decision and you work it out. You don't have a checklist and then then you make a decision kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So this is an example, like you have to sort of make the decision.
You make the decision that you just go in. It's like, you know, when you go in the water, right? Do you go tippy toe or do you just jump into the pool, right? So now, okay, for the lack of time, and I love you all, right? For the lack of time, the reason you're gonna make a decision fast is because your old you is gonna steal you back. It's not gonna let you stretch. You make a decision because intuition is telling you, damn it, it's a good car and I want it. Damn it, she's a beautiful girl and I'm gonna ask her out. But guess what? Let's wait till tomorrow. I'll wait till another day. And then she goes. Then you don't get the dance. You don't get the date. You got to make decisions fast based on intuition. Intuition is God speaking to you. Lesson 5, higher mental faculties, imagination, reason. Like there's a reason why these lessons that we have are there for you, because I got to teach you all these so you grow. So the moment you sleep on your decision, a day or 2 or 10, you're letting the old you become. Now you can make the decision. Maybe you don't execute the transaction because some decisions are big. Like if you're making a $10 million decision, you can't do it on a woof, right? There has to be due diligence. There has to be, you have to do right things. Like if you're buying a real estate home, right, for $1 million or $500,000, you don't just buy it, but I'll just buy it. No, you got to do inspections. You got to do permits. You got to make sure it's good. You got to make sure there's no oil in the ground. You got to make sure there's no lawsuits, no liens, like basic stuff. Organized plan. You have to get up to speed. And you get professionals to help you do that. No shortcuts. That's why you make these decisions quick. So I'm going to show you a quick video. Some of you have seen it. Doesn't matter. Pretend that you've never seen it before. This is the first time you see this decision video. I'm going to let Bob talk to you about this. And it's about 5 minutes. And then I'll get me a water. And then we're going to do the exercise that I promised you for finishing 2023 strong and starting 2024 on a high note. So remember, got a goal, change our self-image, now we make a decision. We're not going back. How do you do it? Let's do it. And then we're gonna continue. So where is the site? I'm sharing sound. Oh, let's see. Now it's only 5 minutes. Beautiful. Beautiful. And some of you have seen it before. Guess what? Repetition is powerful. It's my favorite word from Bob, right? You got to have it. So here we go. Turn your headset on.
Anyone that has ever studied any of Napoleon Hill's work knows how important decision is. Very, very important subject. Here's one of the biggest challenges you face in regards to the principle of decision. It sounds like this. I'm going to do this as soon as I get the money. I'm going to do this as soon as the kids finish school. I'm going to do this as soon as I get the promotion. One idea after another. The decision is not executed. Why is it that approximately 90 or 90-some% of the population stay there? Well, Hill found out through a survey of over 25,000 men and women who had experienced failure. They experienced it because of lack of decision. That was the major cause of their failure. They weren't making the decision because they couldn't see how it was going to happen. The people that were making the decisions, they didn't see how it was going to happen either. They just knew it would. You know, anyone that has ever studied any of Napoleon Hill's work knows how important decision is. He wrote an entire chapter on decision in Think and Grow Rich. Decision was one of the principles of success. Very, very important subject. A lot of people don't understand it. We don't teach it in school. You can go right through our educational system without ever learning how to make a decision. And strangely enough, parents wanting to protect their children make their decisions for them, sometimes right into adulthood. So the person never learns how to make a decision. Now, in the very first page of the decision chapter, Napoleon Hill pointed out very clearly that successful people all make decisions very fast, change them very slow, even when they change them at all. And he pointed out the people that have trouble with success make decisions very slow and then change them fast and often. There's something about decision we should understand, and I think it's brought right to the surface in the story of Henry Ford and his famous V8 engine. You see, when Ford decided that he was going to produce his famous V8 engine, he chose to build the engine, the whole 8 cylinders, in one block. He called all his engineers and he told them that he wanted them to lay out a plan on how this could be done. Write it all out for him. So the engineers did that. They come back and they told him, to a man, they all complete agreement, it was impossible. This could not be done. I loved Ford's response. He said, do it anyway. Now think of that. Here's a group of engineers. They've laid out the plan on putting 8 cylinders in one block. They said it was impossible, it couldn't be done. And Ford said, do it anyway. Now, why would he say that? Now, as the story goes, they went away and they worked on it, and they come back, same conclusion. It couldn't be done. He said, do it anyway. Now, think about this for a moment. The engineers were employed by Ford. He was the one that was signing the checks. He said, do it anyway. Were they going to argue with the man? So it went away, and they keep working on it. But you know, and I know, that he did put the 8 cylinders in one block. You see, the only prerequisite to making a decision is, do you want to? As you study, and as you get into all of Napoleon Hill's work, you will know that all these great achievers, like Edison, like Ford, they built the image of what they wanted in their mind. They became totally relaxed. They got that image very clear in their mind. What they were really doing was turning it over to infinite intelligence. And infinite intelligence then would feed the answers back to them. Now, they may not have been able to articulate exactly what was happening. We're going way back 50, 75 years. Today, we know that. At least some of us know it. Not everyone knows it. When you go to make a decision, think of Ford and his 8 cylinders in one block. The wise ones couldn't be done. All the engineers couldn't be done. He said, do it anyway. You don't have to know how to make it happen. You just have to know you're going to make it happen. So when you make a decision, bang, that's it, and there's no going back. You don't change the decision. You may change the plan, which we'll talk about later, but not the decision. Be decisive. Make your decisions fast, change them very slow, if and when you change them at all. That is what Napoleon Hill found all the successful people did. You are on a program of success. You do it too. The great decisions, which served as the foundation of civilization, were reached by assuming great risks, which often meant the possibility of death. Socrates' decision to drink the cup of poison rather than compromise his personal belief was a decision of courage. It turned time ahead 1,000 years and gave to people then unborn the right to freedom of thought and of speech. Get out your notebook, write decision in capitals at the top of the page. And then I'm going to use this principle of decision in the following way. and then finish that sentence in your notebook. Don't overthink it. Just tune into your own powerful intuition and record on paper what comes to you. Do it now.
So let's do that right now. You already know what you want. So if we take a minute right now, can you write on that piece of paper? Do you have what it takes? Say, I'm doing this. Like, you actually take your favorite pen and freaking write it. But remember,
Start sweating buckets here.
Exactly. I know how it feels because we're getting serious with ourselves.
And now we're getting the African heat.
Well, we have quite a few people around. So it's an incredible video. It's an incredible thing. And so I've worked at the Henry Ford complex. I know what has happened there. I've met the second, the third, and the fourth generation of Fords, right? It's incredible. And that's why I'm teaching you these key elements. The goal. What do you want? Self-image, decision. Look what he said here. This is in the desire chapter. There's a difference between wishing for a thing and being ready to receive it. Because I want you to be it, right? We have to be it. No one's ready for a thing until he or she believes he can acquire it. The state of mind must be belief, not mere hope or wish. That's why lesson 1 has belief. If you don't believe you're going to get it, you're not going to get it. If you're doubting it, you're not going to get it. How do you believe you can get it? You repeat it, repeat it, repeat it. I can do it, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. You wake up in the morning, I can do it. It sounds crazy. And if you open the door, you let people in, they might come and take you with the white jackets, you know? But you know what? It doesn't matter. Don't let them in. So you gotta do that, right? The state of mind must be belief, not mere hope or wish. Open-mindedness is essential for belief. If you keep your mind closed on what you've done before, you're not going to let the new stuff in. And I'm going to share with you the diagram again, why that happens. Closed minds do not inspire faith, courage, and belief. Now we're going to talk a minute about faith, and then we're going to get into the questions. I just want to see if there's anything in the chat.
So I wanted to ask you a couple of questions. I know this audio has a few more things to it, and I know you can probably subscribe and get the whole thing, but on this fine Saturday morning, day, afternoon, or if you're listening to this some other day, because this is going to be here online forever, what happens in your life if nothing changes? Yeah, talking to you, Joe, Samantha, Amal, you know, my future amazing clients. What happens if nothing changes, right? What are the consequences today after you've heard this if you do nothing? Now, if you start getting serious with yourself, you are not going to feel good about that. It's your job to start doing something. It doesn't matter how you got here. It doesn't matter whose responsibility that was that got you here, but it's your responsibility to move from here forward in a different direction if you choose to do so. And it's your call. I'm making myself available to help you, but it's your call to start betting on yourself. When I was speaking with Les Brown late last year, he goes, Kamal, when you talk to your clients, make sure they understand they need to bet on themselves. I said, what do you mean? And he goes, well, you know, you're winning, right? I said, yeah. I said, do you know why you're winning? And I'm like, well, you know, I do this, I work hard, I do this, I wake up. He goes, no. Working hard is part of the game, but why are you winning? Anyway, I couldn't get the answer that he wanted me to say, but he finally said, Kamal, it's because you're betting on yourself. You bet on yourself. Now, are you willing to bet on yourself? Are you willing to stop with the nonsense that has happened to you and all the things that you're blaming and all that, and start betting on yourself and taking a step forward? Now, I only work with really committed people. There's only 4 spots left in the private side of mentorship, which is my favorite because those are the ones who show real supreme commitment. And these are the ones that don't want to settle. These are the ones that I call my goal achievers. The clients that are 4-timing their business like Richie, 10-timing their investment like Lori, like Kevin. You know, they're doing real things in real world and very, very quick. And a lot of them are in sales as well. So I just want you to stop settling, right? And that's why I have my calendar here at the bottom, calendly.com, El-Rassi, book a 30-minute consultation. And there is no pressure. It doesn't matter to me if you buy or if you don't. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing anyways. If you've been watching me for a while now online, you've probably seen what's going on. I'll help you if it makes sense. If we can come to an agreement that you see that I could be your coach and that you need the help right now. And the last thing I want to leave with you, because I do have something coming up. Now, this whole presentation is available. So I'm going to put a link in the chat somewhere so that you can actually get it if you want. So I would put that in the comments. But I want to leave you with this. Because I was talking to a lady the other day. I was by this nice coffee shop on the west side of Cincinnati. And she's like, she's all concerned about her kids for the right reasons. She wants to even leave the whole city because it's not right. She goes, Kamal, if I don't fix this, it's going to affect my kids. I said, absolutely. I'm going to tell you this, what you don't fix in yourself, you pass on to your kids. So I'm so proud of some of my clients who actually, when they're studying some of the material that I share with them, they actually bring their 3-year-olds and 7-year-olds and 8-year-olds to hear the material. Now, they're not going to sit down and study it like you would. They're not going to take that time. But you know what? They're listening to it. You're going to become that thing. Because what you don't fix in yourself, you pass on to your kids. So I hope this resonated with you. And if not, it's okay. Listen to it again. And either way, I'd love to see how I can support you, your company, and a speaking engagement in a different way, depending on the size of the group. It could be free. It could be for a fee, small fee. Either way, I'm here to support you. I want you to have a very, very, very good weekend. Have an amazing day. Be blessed. Be awesome. And it's a choice. Poverty is a choice. Struggle is a choice. The choices that you're making are determining what's happening next. So I'd love for you to choose wisely. I'd love for you to connect. And if I can help you in any way, reach out. Looking forward to speaking with you, and I can't wait to meet you. Talk soon. Bye.